I read the news so that you don't have to. Did you know that when insurance disappears, global trade stops? I know that everybody hates to talk about insurance and we hate to be forced to get it, but the thing is, it's kind of very much linked to global food security. So as you can see from this headline, they've said the Gulf insurance cost soar 12-fold despite Trump's guarantee. Now we'll get to Trump's guarantee in just a second. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, this story obviously centers on the Strait of Hormuz. That is the narrow strip of water that connects the Persian Gulf to the rest of the world. And currently 1/5 roughly of the world's oil passes through it. Basically, this means that tankers from UAE, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait and Iraq all have to pass through here. And if something disrupts the Strait of Hormuz, it isn't just a regional problem, it is a global energy problem. You'll be aware that over the past few days, at least 7 tankers have been attacked. It's probably more by the time this video goes out. And there have been radio messages that have been received by ships from the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps warning them to stay away. However, maybe they're not panicked, but somebody is panicking. It is the insurance companies. Because if missiles are hitting ships, they might have to pay out, and they don't like to pay out. What normally happens if a ship sails through risky waters, it buys something called war risk insurance. Before the conflict, that insurance was about 0.25% of the ship's value. Now, it has jumped to 3%. That is a 12-fold increase. So on a tanker worth 100 million, that could mean paying 3 million just to cross the strait once. Some insurers have even cancelled coverage entirely. They're like, nah, we're not doing this. This is obviously a huge problem because ships literally cannot sail without insurance. We won't go into the history of the insurance and marine right now, but yes. Without insurance, ports won't accept them, banks won't finance them, and cargo owners won't load oil onto them. So Trump, because he's got a solution for every problem that he creates, he said, oh, it's okay, don't worry about it. The US government's going to step in and insure ships through the US International Development Finance Corporation. Here's the catch. The entire insurance industry are basically like how exactly was that going to work? That agency normally finances development projects in poorer countries, not global shipping insurance. Babe, do you know what you're talking about? The answer's probably no. And we've seen this before. When the Houthis attacked ships in the Red Sea, companies stopped sailing through the Suez Canal and they had to go all the way around Africa, which added 2 weeks to the journey, which meant it pushed up freight prices, which also disrupted supply chains around the world, and obviously food prices were impacted. With the Strait of Hormuz, things are even bigger because unlike the Red Sea, you can't reroute Persian Gulf oil. So as well as the missiles and geopolitics, there's something far more boring at play here: insurance. When insurers decide the risk is too high, ships don't sail, oil doesn't move, and the entire global economy starts to feel like sometimes the people who decide the fate of the world are not just politicians or generals, they are underwriters who sit in London.